Hey everybody, Weasem here. I've been messing around. It's 3:33 a.m. now on Friday, January 2nd, 2015. Still New Year's Day to me. The sun hasn't come up, so it's not officially the second in my little world. That said, what I did, we left off, we'd recorded Wildfire's base upgrades. There were some things I wasn't sure of, in particularly damage numbers on the shield itself. And what I did, I took Dark Wildfire, did his upgrades one at a time and kind of tested everything out. The heat shield that you get is his first base upgrade for Wildfire. It runs about 7 seconds. It's got like 1 second-ish before the fire pops up. It'll do 8 to 12 damage. I realized I was getting some of the numbers in the Traptanium area, which, you know, whatever. But, that explains a lot of things. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of that. But 8 to 12 essentially is the first upgrade heat shield, if you will. And it does 255 to 382 kind of on like the final, you know, showing, if you will. And then hotter heat shield, which changes the aesthetics to what you see here. It's the final base upgrade. You can kind of see the shield pretty good there. What that does is it takes the 8 to 12 and it bumps it 11 to 16, and then for whatever reason the final, you know, when it expires is still 255. So I'll kind of showcase it to you. You got like 1, and then you're basically doing your, you know, 11 damage right there, and then just at the end it just, you know, 255. And that 255 happens with the first purchased base upgrade and the last base upgrade that you purchase. So no increase there, yet it does increase across the board. I also confirmed what we have and where we will stop with this Wildfire. We purchased basically extra chains. So what that attack looks like is showcased right there. It does bump the damage up 6, 9, 10, 15, but he can pull in 4 enemies at once. Box stock, that was 6 to 9, and he pulls in 3 at once. So nothing major there, but that kind of updates you. And I decided to stick to my guns here. I'm going to take Wildfire, standard Wildfire here, down the Shield Slasher path. I think this is going to be his better path, personally. Definitely from my playstyle. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Improved Traptanium Shield Bash attacks. Chain Champion right here. I don't know that it'll be practical for me. It'll depend how it pans out. But I am excited about that middle one, which is Blazing Breath. That is the upgrade to his tertiary attack. That's really the only time it gets addressed. So I'm pretty fond of that just because it, you know, to me is unique to a line. But as such, I'm going to do Shield Slasher here, and I think it's going to turn out to be a pretty awesome pack.
Fire blast!
Alright, before I do that though, let me actually kind of update you on where we're at with it. Obviously, the stuff I showcased you here, that is simply when you hold it down, and you get about 7 seconds or so. But what we can do, you get 117 if you XX, or primary. You can see we got the 147. He kind of charges on that second one, and then the third one's kind of like a spin. So you can see there, that was a 170, I'm sorry, it should be 117. What is going on here? That is not... Why is he doing 117? Should be 78 to 117.
The tag button to play as your captured enemy.
Wait, let me check these.
Then press the tag button again to return to playing as your Skylander.
That was 210, so we finally saw the critical on that. That is right. When I checked this earlier with Hotter Heat Shield, it was doing the same damage numbers. What's... Absolutely no sense. So, I don't know, let me denote this. 117 to 175 on the first hit. 147 on the second, which half of that would be 73.5, so we'll assume they don't round up because they sometimes don't. That would make it 210 to 220, I think. And then finally we would have 176 on the flame spin. Half of 176 would be what? 88, I think. Yeah, so 176 and 88 is going to be 250, 264. So I could swear that at the end of the video we weren't going to increase damage numbers, and we are now. So that's actually good news. Anyway, I don't know what the deal is there. I don't think I've taken dark. This again, it's 3:30 in the morning. I didn't think I was that tired, but I got really sidetracked because what I wound up doing, I was in chapter 2, and about the time I realized I was in elemental, or not elemental, the Traptanium area for some of that. I thought, oh hey, you know, I can go through that dark gate in this chapter that we didn't have access to. And then I was like, wait, I never went through the life gate either because I didn't have a life character at the time. So needless to say, I spent like 30-40 minutes playing around doing that stuff. So could have lost my train of thought, but this is Wildfire, Dark Wildfire I should say.
Ready for another map?
And yes we are. As you can see, I don't have Hotter Heat Shield for him because I was specifically testing it out, and the chains and everything like that. So we're going to back out of here. And again, you can tell by the aesthetics. Let's do it in the 78, 98, 117. So, okay, I know it's not the little elemental trinkets that I've mentioned and shown before. I guess that does increase the damage. So that's actually good. For some reason, I didn't think it did. I remember saying, I was like, oh, well, that doesn't increase it. I guess it must do the damage. Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe, I guess I'll see on the base upgrades if that was the case or not. But, it clearly does. It increases the damage across the board. And then the main thing, though, we did get our critical there. So, you know, I was right, 264. I thought it just did this, and I was like, well, that seems weird. It seems like it should have done increased damage, and apparently it did. I don't know what I was thinking, but maybe I wasn't thinking. That said, let's go do Shield Slasher. I do think it's going to be the path I personally prefer anyway, but it begins with Burning Bash, hold XX, press XX, hold B for a Heat Wave combo. And again, I've got 11 Wing Sapphire, so we're looking at 13 of 26. And again, XXB Heat Wave combo. So, we'll go ahead and do that. And see what
Fire blast.
Alright, let's see what it looks like first. Okay, that's actually cool. I like that attack.
Fire
Wait,
claw.
everything increased here. What is going on? You just... Okay. So, Burning Bash. Press attack 1, hold attack 2 for a Heat Wave combo. Okay, now he's doing 129 to 193. I've got to document this. They didn't advertise this as an increase. And then XX is going to be 162. Half of that is 81, so that should be 243 on the critical side. And then XXX for the fire speed. 194. Good grief. So half of 194 is going to be what? 97, I think? 90, 180, yeah, 97. So 190 and 90 is 280, 287, 291.
As your captured enemy.
So
Then press the tag button
that all
again to
increased, and they
return
didn't
to
even
playing as your
advertise
Skylanders.
that. They just basically said, hey, if you press XX and hold B, if we could ever get that to work, you get that, you know, it shows up as a combo. It's kind of hard to execute, but that's what it was supposed to be. So 226 on that, which is nuts. But the damage increased across the board. So, yeah, you know, again, not advertised. 226 is going to be the actual Burning Bash. So, 226, half of that is 113. Combine that, 339 should be our critical. So again, I expected to come in and just, you know, have like this do the same damage, and then XXB would be our little combo there. But they increased X, XX, and XXX. So I can't complain about that. Usually I do complain because I'm like, well, that seems like it should have done this. And it actually did it here, it just wasn't advertised. So that Burning Bash is a very pleasant surprise. Let's see what else they have in store for us. We now have another combo. This is XX Hold Y for a Fire Spin combo. Price with our discount is $17.16. Let's grab that. This actually looks pretty cool. I want to not get the damage numbers first. I want to just kind of check it out.
Full power.
So, just to update again, Burning Bash looks like that. He basically is like a ground slam type thing. And now XXY. Oh, that is nice. That's kind of a tie-in with the tertiary, in my opinion, which I am pretty fond of. So is it going to be a 213? No, 320.
Wild.
Okay. It's kind of hard to execute these because he's got the repetitive nature. But he's crouching like a lion if you pay attention to that. And you saw the critical there, 320 to 480. Now, what I have to do now is make sure that the regular numbers didn't change any. We went from 117 to 129. They went up. They went up. Oh my gosh. Well, this is just insane. Usually, I mean, like I said, this is advertised as Fire Spin. And so you think, okay, you're going to XXY, get a combo, and it does insane damage, 320 to 480, and it's going to be 363. But he also then has increases yet again. So 213 is our critical, we know, because we just saw it. So 142 to 213 on our standard X attack. If we double it up, XX, 178. I feel like we've had that number before, have we? I guess not, we had 176, so half of 178 is going to be, what, 89? That is correct, I believe. 81, yeah. So 89, 178, and 89, that's going to be 250. 267 should be the critical for XX. And then if you go XXX, there's 213. Yeah, so we saw a 267 there, so we know that's right. But 213 standard, half of that, now this is going to be an odd number. We would have 106.5, so we would be at 319 and a half. Do they round up or down? They usually do down, so I'll go with 319. Let's see if we can maybe get it.
Your next challenge awaits you, Pokemon. Talk to Flynn.
All I can say, there was the 319, so they did round down. And then the crazy thing is, what we were purchasing as the upgrade is actually that. So,
Ready
wow.
for another magical upgrade?
I bet a lot of people are unaware of that. I mean, they're just like, oh, cool, I got the combo. And then, lo and behold, your, 111, damage has gone up too. So, Searing Slam is up next. Press X in the air for a Searing Slam attack. Let's actually back out. I've not checked his jump attacks yet. So. Okay, so he does have that to begin with. 142 air jump. Let me denote that. Nope. There we go. Have to manually click. So stock is 142. Half of that is 71. That would be 213 for the jump slam. And we'll see what it is. If he jumps and presses B, he just kind of executes that. There you go. So I actually was using this quite a bit early on in the game.
Ready for another?
Wildfire. Alright, now it's time to actually buy that. Searing Slam, press X in the air for a Searing Slam attack. Price is $23.40. And I have to question, will this make everything else increase too? So let's go ahead and do the basics first. 142, 213, that was our stock slam. Now I get the Searing Slam. Oh wow. Alright, so let's take a look at it. And then it sets the ground on fire, basically. So... what is that first number? I think is it a 157? I'm thinking. Having a hard time. I think it's a 157. So 157, half of that's going to be a funky number. 75, and then what's 78.5? So they're probably not rounding up since they don't seem to. That would be 220, 235, I think. And then there's auxiliary damage after that, so let's try this
Press
again.
the tag button to play as your captured
I think
enemy.
it's 157. Yeah, 157
Then
is
press the tag
definitely
button again
157.
to return to playing as your Skylander.
And then I think it's 2 instances from the burning. Is that correct? Or is it 3? I can't remember. We're getting the critical number too on back-to-backs there. I just couldn't see it. I know it's 59 and 88 for the auxiliary, but I think we get 3 rounds of damage on the auxiliary. So 59 to 88 through. This path is pretty ridiculous, really. I did think, and I said it in the base beginning, even before I'd done any, I said I think I'm going to personally like Shield Slasher. And it does not disappoint. And it also increased the damage there. My gosh, I need like multiple spreadsheets for this guy. Okay, so we're doing 157 to 235 on your X attack. XX is going to be 197 now, up from 178. So 190. So let's see if we can just get the critical. I don't need to be doing this much math in the morning on New Year's Day. Alright, I guess we're not going to get it. So 197.
Talk to Flynn.
Critical on that would be, what, 98 and a half? I believe would be correct, because 90, 180, 188, 196, yeah. So 98 and a half, we'll call 98. They don't usually round up in this game. So 190, 280, 288, 295, I think, is going to be our critical. And then there's the XXX. We did see the 295 there, ironically, go figure. So I think I saw a 236. That is insane. 236 becomes 354 on a critical hit. And then you have the jump slam attack, which the Searing Slam makes it 157 to 235, with 59 to 88 3 times. Good lord. And none of that's been advertised. Like, each one of these. Burning Bash is, 112 for Heat Wave combo. Fire Spin is 113 for a Fire Spin. And then Searing Slam is press 1 while jumping. And each one of those increased the damage that he's doing with the base shield attack. So let's get the Soul Gem, and then I'm going to take you with me to research what might have happened to the shield, because if that damage went up, on the burning part, or the 255, it's just going to be insane. Alright, Lion Form. Hold X to enter Heat Shield mode, then press X again to transform into a Wildfire line. You know what? We're not going to buy that. And we're just going to hop in here. Alright, to Chapter 2 we go. Good grief almighty. This is just nuts. I do this because I can't showcase the burn damage from the shield. Where we left off with it, which was Hotter Heat Shield, he was doing 11 to 16 when we burned enemies, and then a net total of 25 to 382 when this kind of terminates. So I was reading the spreadsheet instead of jumping.
Now just use that sucker to open the big door.
Okay, now right here, I can't really factor this stuff in because it's trapped healing. Like you can see my shield glow, so everything increases.
Oh yeah.
He is just beastly. The reason I come here is because it's still really quick even with all this stuff you have to do. So when we're burning now, we're doing 16, so I don't think it's going to be. It did two rounds of 382 there when it terminated, though.
Tussle Sprout defeated.
And this is Traptanium based. So I just want to get up here to our little trolls that we're going to gun down. Still have to collect the coins. My apologies about, I guess, if this final upgrade to the shield actually did increase the damage. I, for some reason, thought it didn't.
I know why you're here. You want to know about escape bandit.
Alright, once we get these 2 keys, we're pretty much home free. That's as far as I need to take you. Then I promise we'll get the sword gem. And we'll see what sort of awesomeness that brings to the table. He is probably one of the most impressive upgrade paths I've seen for a Trap Master thus far. So, those are just some ridiculous increases, and they're all unadvertised. You know, like usually they'll say increases all attacks, and they're like, no, it didn't. So, alright, this was doing, again, 11 to 16, and then 255 to 382 on termination. So, let's check it out. It's still doing 11. If we ever get a critical, you'd see the 16. There's the 382, that was a critical. 11's all across the board there. And this is not a Traptanium zone, so we're clear there. We'll go ahead and just kill these trolls. Right, that's a life element. Really can't miss that. Earth is hidden pretty well. Dark hidden too well. Alright. Let's have him come down here and battle. It's very, very rare you see a critical number from the shield. There was our 255. So those numbers seem to have stayed standard. But I mean, you get an idea, like, we're not going to take damage from these trolls. And couple that with the increase in damage, and you can kind of see what I'm talking. I always feel like I have to eat pizza with fire because of Eruptor's personal quest. That is just insane. You know what? I should have bought his soul gem, shouldn't I? We could have just checked it out in here. I think this gate's locked, if I remember now. I tried this the other day. Not that one, but I think one up here. Yeah. So Persephone is off limits. Let's go back to the academy. Man, that is just nuts, though, that he got increases across the board. So he went box stock 78 to 117, just pressing X one time. And now he's doing 157 to 235 after taking that path. Just to kind of put that in perspective, you've got the X, the 2X, and the 3X. Critical hit on the 3X was 175. So 78 to 175 is the encompassing range for everything on Traptanium Shield Bash. Now, as of Searing Slam, 78 becomes 157, and the 175 becomes 354. We basically doubled up, just to put it in layman's terms. And that is insane. Plus, we got 3 combo attacks off of it. You know, so Wildfire is quite the beast, literally. Let's get a soldier. He's still got a soldier too. So, I mean, my gosh. Line form, hold X to enter heat shield mode, then press X again to transform into a Wildfire line. Price is $31.20. This should be crazy. He's got exactly 3K, I think.
Fire blast.
Yeah, 3,000. That's interesting. So that's actually a really cool shield. I can't get a good angle of it for you. My goodness, let's come up here. Usually when I can't get one down there, I can here. Yeah. So that makes it kind of look like some prismatic flower. I don't know. It doesn't obviously match with the figure, but hey, you know, it's going to do cool stuff. So let's take a look at it here. So 7 seconds still, basically. I assume it's going to do the same damage. I'm just holding X down. 255, so we can assume that the burn, you know, 11 to 16 is the same. But now, they're claiming if I So you don't have to hold it, but as soon as you move any, it comes undone. So what I'll do now is I'm going to enter this and then tap X.
Press the tag button to play as your captured enemy.
So what kind of damage does he
Then
do?
press the tag button again to return to playing as your Skylander.
Oh wow, I didn't know you had to incorporate someone. Let's actually check this out too. Okay, so that's the same. Alright. So the A button, 354. I'm sorry, that's the B button, 354. $275. This is going to be tough to document. Alright. So primary is going to be, what was it? I guess I'll call it a swipe. I don't know. Swipe equals 275. I did not know this was going to be this involved. 275. Again, I'm getting real tired now. That's going to be, what, 137 and a half? No? Yeah, that would be correct. 137 and a half, which we'll call 137. So we've got 412. Again, this stuff could be wrong. I'm super tired. Secondary, if that works. I haven't even tested it yet.
Talk to Persephone when you're
So
ready
we're
to
going
learn about
to
upgrades.
use the B button. Obviously, that one will work. It's like a pounce, 354. This is insane. Absolutely insane. So 354, what is half of that? It's going to be 177, I think. Yeah, so 177 plus 354. Again, bear with me, I'm really tired here. That's going to be 477, 531, I'm thinking. Again, I'll recheck these figures before I publish this, but I'm getting pretty tired. I've still got to do dark down the other path. So what I have to check now is see if the tertiary attack does anything. So there's our shield, there's the soul gem, and okay, so the tertiary attack does not seem to do anything. I'll check it one more time. Lion form, pressing Y, we get nothing. So, and it's not very long that he is in that. I'm just gonna let it sit here. I'm not moving him at all. He is doing that, and then it comes out. And the other thing is, as soon as you enter lion form, let's see if I can even get to the dummy.
Your next challenge awaits you, Portal
I did
Master.
make it there,
Talk
but
to
I mean,
Flavor.
you get like 1, maybe 2 attacks off after you've done that. So, not really it's a neat soul gem. It's very powerful, but I wouldn't mind seeing like something tied into the tertiary attack. Would have been cool. That said, I don't know that he even needs that. I doubt I'll ever use that unless it's incidentally. He is just out of this world on Shield Slasher, so pretty happy there. Again, I don't know if in the base upgrades I botched it and he actually has the increased damage numbers or something. I'll try to edit or document that as best I can for you on that side of the video. That said, to see the incredibly nutty spreadsheet that is the attack damage numbers for Wildfire down the Shield Slasher, take the links at the top of the video description, my site, oneofwisdom.com, or the Skylander Club forum. You should find a lot of information there that'll help you out. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. It's 4 in the morning, a little after that now. I'm going to get Dark Wildfire in, and we will take him down the Chain Champion path. So, don't know that it can compete with this one, but we'll take it and see what kind of cool stuff we pick up. So, stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here as we check out Dark down
Talk
the
to
Chain
Persephone
Champion
when you're
path.
ready to learn about upgrades.